These things are pretty dope. Thank you so much for tuning into this week's vlog. If you're new to the channel, my name is Jason. Me and my wife, our baby Judah, we have a channel together. We live in Alaska, and we just really enjoy creating content, sharing that content with you. So thank you so much for tuning in. How did your guys' Thanksgiving go? It's 2020. Our Thanksgiving wasn't going to happen at first. We were just going to chill, eat some fries, cauliflower wings, and not make a big hoopla over Thanksgiving. My wife's amazing. She decided to get up really early and cook anyways, so Judah had a rememberable first Thanksgiving. I'm holding this drone, and you're probably wondering, Jason, why does the drone have anything to do with tattletaling? And I'm gonna get into that, but alright, so here is the sitch. I am going to take this Mavic Mini, this little drone guy right here, and I'm going to attach my GoPro. Was gonna put one of my Osmo action cams on there, but if something happened and I were to lose the camera and the drone, I think I would be highly upset. Versus if I lost this, I'm not gonna care so much because I haven't been a real huge fan of the newer GoPros because of their batteries. And anyway, I'm going to try and mount that GoPro Hero 7 on top of the Mavic Mini and see if I'm able to fly it. Probably a terrible idea. Okay, please do not attempt to do this with your guys' stuff. I'm sure you're a lot smarter than I am. And you're probably like wondering, why the heck are you putting a camera on top of a drone, Jason? Well, the Mavic Mini, the original Mavic Mini, only shoots 1080 up to 2.7K. And the Hero GoPro 7, I think, does 4K and 60. So I'm trying to capture some really cool 4K footage with that being attached to the Mini. Probably a terrible idea. It is a terrible idea, but yeah, I gotta figure out how I'm gonna mount it though. So I had something that recently happened to me, and I'm gonna go into detail about that in a minute. But first, what I want to talk about specifically is, why do people tattletail? And again, this is not an advice vlog. This is just Jason sharing his thoughts vlog. And this vlog's premise is talking about tattletaling. That's not my Kool-Aid to try to figure out why other people do what they do. I don't need to be in anybody else's Kool-Aid trying to figure out what the flavor is. So how I want to approach it and articulate this to you guys is, since I've been reflecting on this, I want to hit it from both angles, but there is one positive thing that I want to share with you on this whole topic. I grew up, it was me and my sister, so obviously there might have been some tattletaling going on. I was told as a kid, you don't want to be a tattletale. I don't remember tattling. I don't think I was that much of a big tattleteller. Plus, I think a lot of it was my sister telling on me because I was a knucklehead and she just, wanted to get me in trouble. And I have several kids, and I know that tattling, it runs rampant. My mom used to run a daycare, so I was around kids all the time, and I heard constant tattling going on. And you try to instruct these kids when they're little, like, hey, tattletaling is not cool. Like, don't be a tattletale. Fix the problem yourself. Because one thing that this whole process is going to teach you is that you can't run to somebody to fix your problems. So you got to understand that you need to fix this, and you can't be tattling on everybody. And if you want to have friends, like you're not going to make a lot of friends being a tattletale. Now you got the criminal side of things. You have the snitch, the rat. And I'm going to tell you right now, That's a no bueno. If you do the crime, you have to do the bid. Like, you have to understand, like, you should not rat somebody else out to give yourself a leniency in whatever the situation may be. You know the sayings, snitches get stitches, and snitches wind up in ditches, and, you know, snitches sleep with the fishes with concrete shoes on. And snitching is a form of tattletaling. And then let's talk about your work environment. I think all of us have had a coworker that's been like the one-upper or the brown-noser who goes out of their way to try to always get other people in trouble, or they feel like they're superior over you or over other people, so they feel it's their business to like deal with your business and to inform your supervisor of what's going on and try to get people in trouble. It's safe to say, from my perspective, tattletaling, snitching, ratting, brown noser, the teacher's pet, all those all have a negative label to them. People who tattle on people, they're wrong. People that get into other people's Kool-Aid is wrong. All that is negative. It's been ingrained in us that tattletaling is wrong. Mind your business. That tends to be the message. And remember, I want to share with you what specifically happened to me that kind of ties all this together. I got up, got my coffee, came into my office, turned on my computer, get ready to start my day. So I was checking my email, and I noticed that I got an email from the ranger for the Alaska Chugach State Park. He wanted to let me know that somebody sent him links to my videos where I was flying my drone in Chugach State Park. All right, so here's the thing. I knew it was wrong. I didn't want to go research it because I knew if you are going to search for the answers, you might not like the answers that you get. When I was reading the email, at first I got really defensive and I wanted to like type out this long-winded argument, and typically that's what I do. I try to punch holes in people's processes. Didn't send the message that I originally typed out because he's just doing his job, and I have to respect that. I have no hate or trying to throw shade or make any kind of confrontation with this individual. I thanked him for taking the time to explain to me, and I told him it wouldn't happen again. So, which brings me to the point that I want to make. Here's the meat and the potatoes and what I specifically want to talk about with tattletaling. It has a negative label to it. I've grew up my entire life knowing that tattletaling is wrong. Snitching on people ain't cool. The perspective that I'm trying to share with you is that, in my mind, from some of the things that I've experienced, for example, I've been to jail. I suffered many, many years struggling with my addiction. And I've had a fair amount of my friends pass away because I didn't want to be a snitch or I didn't want to tattle. And if I can go back, I 100% would probably tattle and snitch and do all those things if it meant saving somebody's life. No, it's not okay to be a tattletale in certain situations. It's not okay to be a snitch. But if you're going to save somebody's life or you're in a situation where you can help somebody, then by all means,
be a tattletale. And I came across this article, and I'll try to like link it in the descriptions where I read that a lot of times people don't do it to be malicious. Some people do, but a lot of people actually don't do it to be malicious. And they did this research on these kids, and they're talking like, hey, they're not trying to get above somebody. They're not trying to hurt somebody. They're not trying to make themselves look better. What they're doing is they're actually protecting the social norms. And I was like, dang. So for example, in that situation where I was in a treatment facility, I'm living with my friends, and I knew some of my friends were out using, and I didn't say anything. And, you know, in that situation, social norm is we're there to get help. We're there for a safe place to live. We're there to get ourselves back to a healthy place in life. The social norm is we are safe. Anything outside that is disrupting our safety. It's okay to tattletale. It's okay to snitch because you're protecting. It's not because I'm trying to make myself look good. It's not because Jason wants to be the star pupil. It's not any of that. It's just I'm trying to protect the social norm in that environment. And yeah, I mean, I don't know if that hits home for anybody. It made a lot of sense to me. It kind of opened my eyes. And when somebody wants to protect the social norm, they want everybody else to adhere to that because it protects it. Chugach State Park, they're trying to protect that. Not get it flooded with a bunch of drones flying around or whatever the case may be. And I totally respect it. It was a process to get to that, which is okay. Sometimes we got to take a little bit of a walk and a journey to figure these things out, but I'm really glad that I did. Instead of like be reactive, go with my first instinct of my emotions of how wrong it is that somebody got in my Kool-Aid, and really reflect and talk about it. So you're gonna have to check this out.
All right, so that didn't work. That did not work at all. The GoPro was too heavy on top of this thing. So what was happening was the drone was trying to take off and it just couldn't get up. It was too heavy. The drone was like, wouldn't even barely get it like an inch off the ground. I even tried to like lift it up to get it up, and it still didn't work. And I guess I might just have to upgrade this so I can get a better drone.
Yeah, thanks so much, guys, for tuning in. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Smash the button.